Hey, everybody. I'm so pleased to introduce again today lender extraordinaire Mike Solorio from Prime Lending. Mike, thanks so much for being with us
Hey,
today.
Chris. Hey, how are
Mike,
you?
one of the most burning questions of the moment, I know for a lot of buyers who may be a little bit on the fence, is they're scared because the higher interest rate. They're like, oh my gosh, it was 3.5 and now we're like at 7%. So that's double. Is my mortgage payment is going to be double. So can you give us a real life example of maybe that's not exactly what the case is? So maybe talk about a purchase price of, I think an average purchase price of a single family home, or a really good price now, would be around $700,000. How would that example work out for us in monthly payments, Mike?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So at a 700,000 purchase price, assuming you're putting 20% down, that monthly payment is about 2,570 a month. That's just the mortgage part of it. Now,
Okay.
with rates, that's at 3.5%. Apologize. Now, if we take 7% interest rate, that same scenario, that payment becomes 3811 a month, which is about $1,200 a month more.
Okay,
Um,
so that's
right?
even though that's a decent hike, that's not double. We're not talking 5,000 a month, right?
No, it only went up about 1,200 a month.
Okay. Still that's sizable, but I think a lot of people are thinking, well, if the interest rate is double, that means my payment's going to be double. But you're telling me that's not the case, right?
That's not the case. Yeah, the mortgage
Okay.
is with two parts, principal and interest, and so it's a lot less of an impact. It's still an impact, but not quite, not double.
Okay, excellent. Well, now, Mike, let's think strategically for a second here. What if someone was thinking, well, you know, how long are these interest rates going to be? Maybe I should wait until they go lower. So I would say on the best case scenario, I'm hearing out there, and please confirm with me or tell me different if you know different. Some people are thinking it may go down to 5.5 by the end of the year, but let's talk about a worst case scenario about that. Like, what does that difference make?
Yeah, so I mean, a good way to think about it is let's look at 2 years down the road. Let's say it takes 2 years for interest rates to come back down to a level where they were. Making that extra 1,200 a month for 24 months is a lot closer to $26,000 that you're paying over that term before
Right.
you refinance and capture what the rates used to be, something in the low threes or even four. Uh,
Okay.
yep,
So that means compared to a 3.5% as it was before, if we're to buy now at, let's say, call it seven, I would be paying $24,000 more over the period of 2 years, right? So
correct,
that would make me
approximately.
like, I don't want to pay that.
Yeah.
But how about the strategic thinking is when those rates go back down, what's going to happen to the buyer market competition wise?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we've seen in my experience of over 20 years, anytime the rates are low, you've got a lot more buyers able to qualify and therefore a lot more competition, which tends to drive the prices up. Just using supply and demand, the more buyers, the higher the prices.
That's a really great point. And in my experience, and I think you're familiar with this statistic as well, that
Yeah,
we have enough information, like any city in North America, about 100 years plus worth of real estate statistics, that good and bad years all combined, we have an average appreciation rate in San Diego, not including the crazy years, of about 5%. So if we do that simple math, not taking the compounding thing into effect, a $700,000 home in 1 year becomes 735, right? In theoretical pricing, and then in 2 years it'd be worth 770. So taking that math into account, even minus that 24,000 that you paid more than now, you're kind of almost $50,000 ahead if you were to buy now at the higher rate and then refinance in 2 years time, because of the built up equity, as well as you don't have to deal with that added huge competitive value that's probably going to work its way back into the market when rates go down again. Is that what I'm understanding?
yeah, that's a really good analysis. Spot on, and like we all know in real estate, it's a can be a long term investment. A lot of people make money in the short term, but if you look 2, 3, even 5 years down the road, um, it's almost always a good investment if you buy right.
That's a great point, Mike. And you really echoed what I always tell my buyers. If you're looking to buy something now and you're going to hold it for at least 5 years, you're not going to go wrong. If you need to sell between now and 5 years, it's a much bigger question you have to think more carefully about with your assets and your debts. But if you're going to hold it for more than 5 years, you're going to be in the black, almost a guarantee, right?
Yeah, spot on.
Awesome. Everybody, thank you so much, Mike, for joining me. If you have any questions about this or other lending issues, please give me a call. I'll hook you up with Mike, lender extraordinaire, and I'll see you guys next time.
Take care.
Cheers.